Hi, my name is Christian, and this is my digital project research. I decided to base my question around the idea of social media and how it revolutionizes communication. Though, leaving the question like that would be too broad, so I decided to mainly focus on how is social media used as a way to communicate to individuals inside Mexico. You may be wondering, why Mexico? Because I wanted to research how low-income countries utilize social media, and plus it's a place where most of my relatives reside, and that gives me a little bit of insight in how internet users in Mexico use social media. As you can see, based on the diagram that I included, most of the internet users in Mexico use social networks Facebook and WhatsApp. Facebook at 99% of internet users, WhatsApp at 93% of internet users. The two videos that I provided at the bottom of the homepage explain what Facebook and WhatsApp are, for those that don't know what both social networks are or just need a reminder. And here at the bottom of the page, I included quick links to specific pages throughout my website, similar to the ones up on the header. Let's go to positive impacts. I have my research question here to remind those. On the positive impacts page, I included some of the positive impacts that come with using Facebook and WhatsApp for Mexican internet users. I found that for Facebook users, specifically adolescents, they find it easier to make connections with people that can potentially give them a career and opportunities for a better life. For example, on the third bullet point, a mother from a small village saw Facebook as an open window to the world for her daughter's future career. She also mentioned, you never know who and when will be able to give you a hand in life. If you just count on the people from your own village, you won't get very far. As for WhatsApp, it made it accessible for anyone within a Wi-Fi connection to communicate with others outside of the country or their town without having to spend a cent on phone calls or text messaging. One thing I found odd was that if you were to visit Mexico and let's say you met a stranger, the stranger will ask you for your what's number at the end of the conversation. Everyone in Mexico assumes that everyone has a WhatsApp number, and that's how popular and accessible this social network is to Mexican internet users. Let's go to the negative impacts page. I have my research question again. On the negative impacts page, I included some of the negative impacts that come with using Facebook and WhatsApp for Mexican internet users. I found out that Mexican cartels dominate the usage of social networks, Facebook and WhatsApp. Mexican cartels use Facebook and WhatsApp for extortion, threats, and violence towards the Mexican community. These threats would sometimes cause the Mexicans to flee their homes or even their country and seek asylum in the United States. However, the threats continue for those that leave the country. One question that came to my head when reading the research was how come social media moderators of such social networks regulate the inappropriate posts from Mexican cartels? Well, Facebook and WhatsApp might not have moderators that control content in Mexico, or do not have moderators that speak the language, which is a problem that should be fixed ASAP. Within this page, I also included additional information of how Mexican cartels use social media. Here you can click on this icon. There's two icons. One is an article and one's a video. Click on the article one, and this should take you to an article that explains how a gang in Mexico uses WhatsApp to post a drug menu for those that want to buy off drugs from them. For the video is basically an in-depth video about how Mexican cartels are using social media to recruit and to track and murder enemies. You can watch that video when you have time. Now let's go to my analysis page. I have my research question again. This is my analysis page that contains my final thoughts about my findings. When I came about researching the negative impacts of social media inside Mexico, I had this impression that there would be subtle negative impacts. But after finding out about how Mexican cartels use social media, the negative impacts are very major and need immediate attention. The rest of the page contains my references. And just for fun, I added a little contact page for anyone who wants to write me about your thoughts. And that's all. Thanks for listening.